The woman then let out a series of soft and menacing laughs, just barely audible. I have to admit, in this moment, I was thoroughly
Yeah,
creeped out.
she got demons.
It made the exact same creaking sound we had been hearing.
Oh! New year, new me. It's a new year, so it's a new me. Bro, shut up with that foolishness. Can't stand when people say that. New year, new me? Get the heck out of here. They be preaching new year, new me, but they still be doing the old foolishness, bro. They be still on their old nonsense. Get the heck out of here. But welcome back to another video. 3 horrifying true New Year's Eve horror stories. I would assume a lot of people on New Year's Eve likes to go out and party, you know, try to make a fool of themselves before getting to the new year. So they want to start the new year drunk as heck. They want to start the new year on a bad note. You feel me? That's crazy. Couldn't be me. It has been a crazy 2023. I pray for more blessings, more abundance. Pray for your all safety. I pray for, you know, wisdom, knowledge, understanding in 2024. What type of foolishness can arrive on New Year's Eve? If you're not in church, stay your butt at home. That's the only place you should be.
Okay. It was December 31st, New Year's Eve. My friend Alex hired me to watch his dog Bailey for the weekend while he was out of town for the new year. I'm 35, he's 27, so I don't have that same urge to go out and party for New Year's Eve like he does. So I was more okay with making some money and taking it easy for the night. New Year's Eve was on a Saturday.
Very
He
smart.
left for the city early in the day when I got there. He'd
All right.
be back Sunday night. He left me with very basic instructions: to just feed him and walk him twice a day and keep him off the furniture. Bailey is a very small husky mix. I'm not sure what else she is, but she's about a third the size of a regular husky, and she's very quiet and well behaved. That's why Alex was okay.
Easy money. Easy money. Someone told me, hey, watch my dog for the night. I'll give you $50. Easy money.
Okay with me watching her instead of a dog sitter. I brought a backpack which contained my laptop, charger, toiletries, and a change of clothes for Sunday.
All right.
Alex and I don't go way back. We met through mutual friends and had started going out occasionally on the weekends ever since. I would be sleeping in the spare bedroom of his house on the futon. Throughout the day, I just did stuff on my laptop and played some of Alex's video games. Later in the night, I invited my girl over with Alex's permission.
Okay.
His response was, "You better not in my bed." The way of jokingly saying yes, she
Lord have mercy.
can come over. She said she'd be getting out of work after
shouldn't be doing that in general until you get married, but hey,
12, but then she'd come straight over.
you know what I'm saying? That's just
Alex's
me.
house is about half an hour from us, so my girl Trisha wouldn't be getting there until late. I
Damn.
had to kill the time alone with Bailey watching movies until then. We were in the living room, and Bailey was by my feet. It was probably 9 p.m. when the doorbell rang.
All right.
I went to answer the door, and it was a girl at the door. She looked about 30.
Huh?
She had a hoodie on and was holding a
That's
jacket.
not my girl.
She introduced herself as Alex's girlfriend and said she left something here that she needed to grab.
What?
I offered to grab it if she wanted, and she said no, it's okay.
Nah, bro. I would call my friend immediately. I'd be like, hey, just wait a minute. Let me just close the door. Close. Man, please. Like, you know what I'm saying? If she tries to force herself in, then you know what's up. Don't you know it's some creepy 30-year-old lady. But let me just call my friend real quick and make sure that he knows that you are supposed to arrive at her place, bro. Unless you're the ex. The crazy one.
In his room.
You feel
I
me?
said okay, that's fine, and let her inside. She went straight upstairs to Alex's room and slightly closed the door behind her without latching it.
Oh, heck no.
Right away texted Alex, "I didn't know you had a girlfriend." She was in there for quite some time, until she came back out, still holding her jacket. She came back down the stairs and thanked me and was going straight for the door.
Nah,
I
she's
tried
crazy.
to stop her for a quick conversation, saying, "How long have you guys been dating?" And she said, "Too long," then laughed, as if making a
Yeah, she's the crazy ex.
joke.
Yup.
I laughed too, and then she said, "Have a good night." I was a bit surprised by the interaction, but what I gathered from it was they had probably just recently broken up.
Yep.
Now I started to worry that maybe I shouldn't have let her in. Since Alex hadn't answered my text yet, I called him a few times before he picked up. He was out with his friends in a loud setting, so he could hardly hear me until he went outside to talk. I told him his girlfriend just came by to grab something, and he was completely bewildered at what I was saying. "Who are you talking about?" he said.
Woo!
I responded, "She said she was your girlfriend. I
There
didn't
we
get a
go.
name." He said in a yell, "You know I don't have a girlfriend. What did she look like?"
Oh.
I started to feel really stupid just about now.
Oh.
I described the girl, and he said he had no idea who this could have been.
Yep.
I then proceeded to explain to him that she went upstairs to his room for a few minutes, then came back down. This was when he started freaking out. He told me to go up to his room now and check if she stole anything. Of course, I didn't know what was in his room beforehand, so he had me check for specific things, which all appeared to still be there.
Alright.
He tried hard to figure out who it could have been, and said he'd call me back after he made some calls and sent me some pictures of different girls.
Oh, that's crazy.
Understandably, this was putting a damper on his night. I could tell he'd already been drinking, so I felt awfully stupid for letting some random girl into the house.
You're crazy.
He started sending me screenshots of different girls' Instagram accounts, none of them resembling the girl who came in.
Bro, who is this chick? Is she a witch? What the heck?
When I said no to all of them, he went silent for an hour. Then he texted me randomly, "I think I know who it was.
Who?
Make sure she doesn't come back." I didn't ask any further questions. I responded, "Okay, my bad," and left it at that. Clearly Alex was going through some serious girl drama, or so I thought. I
Wow.
watched the ball drop alone. Not that I really care about the new year or the ball drop at all. Later that night, Trisha finally made it over, and so
Thank
we
God.
hung out in the living room together.
Thank God.
I told her what happened, and she was shocked. But then a freakish coincidence happened. Bailey lifted her head and looked at the front door, and then there was a knocking at the door.
What?
Whoever it was didn't ring the bell.
Bro, if you do not call the police on this crazy witch...
Police! Help! Police! Help!
There's no shot I was opening it. I called Alex a bunch of times, but he didn't pick up.
Oh, man.
He was wasted and didn't even feel his phone vibrating.
Oh, man.
Trisha and I stayed quiet, and eventually, whoever it was went away. I was honestly unnerved now. Surely it was in connection to whoever that girl was earlier. Maybe it was even her again. Either way, I didn't want to get involved any further in what was going on. After this, we decided to migrate to the spare bedroom where we'd stay for the night on the futon. We had a movie on as we laid down, and I held her. We fell asleep in this position, and woke up at some unknown hour in the night, which I later found out was less than an hour after we fell asleep. I
Alright.
woke to Bailey's howling. She was in the room with us. Trisha woke up after me. Bailey was at the bedroom door with her tail wagging, howling.
Ooh.
I whispered, "Bailey, shush." She looked at me and then came over, but she stayed staring at the door, now growling, making unhappy whimpering sounds.
Oh, yeah. Someone is near, bro. You don't ignore your dog or tell your dog to shut up. And a dog is doing that, you know something's up, bro. This is common sense. His friend's dog is trying to warn you that there's danger near. You get up from your futon bed and you grab your weapon and you prepare yourself for whatever the other side of that door.
Then there were footsteps outside on the wood floors.
Ooh.
We heard what had to be at least 2 pairs of footsteps, tiptoeing to the door. And then the doorknob twisted. By force of habit, we had the door locked, thankfully.
Thank God. Thank God y'all had the door locked.
Voice said, "Alex?" I looked at Trisha and signaled for her to stay quiet. That girl was not alone. Another light tap at the door, and then the girl's voice said, "Who's in there? This is Alex's house." I made the decision to say in a loud voice, almost a yell, "The cops have been on their way for a few minutes now, just so you know." The girl said, "Who are you?" I didn't bite. I whispered to Trisha to actually call the police, and she did. The entire time she whispered into the phone. I said loud and clear, "I dare you to do something, because the time you do it, the cops will be running through the front door." I heard a whisper on the other side of the door. Then, multiple pairs of footsteps walking away from the door. We stayed in the room, waiting for the cops to get there.
That's crazy.
Since the front door was left wide open by those people, the cops came right in. The house was clear by this point.
Wow.
I gave my entire recount of the story, and then called Alex multiple times until he finally picked up, still sounding pretty drunk. One cop talked with him on the phone for a few minutes, while I sat with Trisha speaking with another cop. After all this was said and done, the accepted assumption was that there was a key in Alex's room taken by that girl from hours before. This was a pretty messy situation, since Alex couldn't just come all the way home this late.
Yeah.
He practically begged me to stay the rest of the night. I had Trisha go home. I stayed because I felt responsible for letting that girl in the first place.
That's crazy.
I stayed locked in that room the rest of the night with Bailey. I literally wedged a chair against the front door, some half-assed attempt at keeping them out if they decided to return. By morning, though, it seemed that they didn't return. Alex came back earlier that day than originally planned. I'm not going to air out any more private information to the internet than I already have, just in case anyone who knows him can figure out this story is about him.
Okay.
But he did tell me who he thought the girl was, and the story behind it proves that men have to be careful too with the women they choose to interact with.
Wow.
That girl and whoever was with her's intention of breaking in wasn't to steal anything, evidently, which is the scariest part.
What?
He changed his locks ASAP. I can't even imagine staying in that house if I were him after this.
Yeah.
However, it's been a year, and as far as I know, nothing has happened. Unless he's keeping more to the story he told me a secret.
Wait, who is this person? Who are these people? Bro, come on, man.
After returning from a night to celebrate the arrival of the new year, my husband and I returned to our apartment complex to turn in for the night. We both had a couple of drinks, but neither of us were intoxicated. As much as we enjoy partying with friends, when it comes down to it, we are really just homebodies. We lived in the corner penthouse suite of our complex. Although this was never confirmed, it was suspected the owners wanted to convert this apartment complex into condos. The rent certainly was not cheap, and access was limited to this floor. Upon entering the building, there is a walk-up, 2 secure doors, and every now and then, there would be a doorman to greet you as you entered or exited. There were also multiple security cameras placed throughout and around the building. It was an especially cold evening, and when we returned, there was no doorman present. It was late, at least 2 a.m. The foyer was empty, and one of the lights flickered softly. My husband and I entered the elevator and pressed the button to the top floor. The elevator ride was smooth, and as we ascended, I could feel myself becoming more relaxed, excited to finally be home and able to rest. My feet were killing me from wearing heels all night in the bitter cold. The bell chimed, signaling we had reached our floor. The door slid open, and we turned the corner to the left. Like I said, our suite was the corner suite at the end of the hall. However, something caught our eye. A woman, or what at least looked like a woman, was meandering through the hallway.
What the heck? Bro, and they want to turn this place into a condo? Bro, oh, heck no. You have a witch making noises through the hallways. If you do not, I would rush inside that.
Her hair was dark and scattered. It looked to be matted and covered her face.
Oh, heck no.
She wore a black lace dress that was torn and looked to be in bad shape.
Oh, she's
Thinking
not
back,
from around
I don't
here.
even think she had any footwear on.
Yeah, she's not
We
from
assumed
around
she
here.
was intoxicated and was having difficulty finding her suite. Although on closer inspection, she didn't look familiar. We knew all of our neighbors, as like I said, access was limited on this floor. I looked at my husband, who stood still as well. I could see he was contemplating the same thoughts. I asked him, should we ask if she needs help?
Nope.
He looked at
Don't. No, I'm sorry. This situation, you get your butt inside that house, inside your own apartment. You do not engage.
me and said, just wait, maybe she's just drunk and having a hard time finding her suite. The woman just continued to slowly slide herself along the walls of the hallway, stopping at each door and peering through the exterior peepholes.
Bro.
Admittedly, this was creepy, but it just added to the theory that she was a drunk woman looking for her friends. She was humming, or what I believe was humming. The sound was something between a growl and a hum.
Heck
We stood there in utter disbelief and awe. However, there was a veil of tension and uneasiness that lingered. The strange woman stumbled through the hallway, hunched over until she pulled herself up
Bro, can you guys just get inside your suite already? Just stop staring. Enough.
to peer through the peephole.
Enough is enough.
She eventually got to a suite of an elderly lady, whom I have a strong connection with. We'll just call her Tilly. Tilly was the sort of woman whose family had neglected her and rarely visited.
Wow.
She would bring my husband and I baked goods from time to time. I
Wow,
would bring
that's
her
sad.
leftovers and assist her with groceries and medication frequently. Tilly's smoke alarm would constantly go off. I would have to rush over and pull out the smoldering toast from her toaster and fan her smoke alarm until it stopped beeping.
Bruh.
At times a nuisance, but it would always turn into tea time. Nevertheless, I cared about Tilly, so when I saw this strange woman peer into her peephole, I reacted. I blurted out, "Excuse me, are you alright?" I could feel myself lose confidence as I asked.
Ooh.
The strange woman seemed to shudder for a moment and hunched over to the floor.
Oh.
She looked like she was about to puke, or was frightened by my voice. My husband and I stepped closer, but the woman then let out a series of soft and menacing laughs just barely audible. I have to admit, In this moment, I was thoroughly creeped
Yeah,
out.
she got demons. She got demons, bro. Oh man, she got demons. What the heck is she doing? She's a drunk lady, laughing, hunching her back, peeping through each hole, bro. I mean door hole, bro. Got demons.
And reached for my cell phone. It was uncomfortable because we couldn't get to our suite without having to walk right past this deranged woman. My husband said, "Hey, did you hear us? Do you need help?" Her laugh began to grow into what was a steady cackle. The strange woman then stood up.
Hey.
As she stood up, her cackle became a mixture between a cackle and a boisterous growl.
What?
She then stumbled forward and continued walking down the hall. There was a staircase just outside of our suite. I assumed she was making her way to the stairs, just too embarrassed to walk past us to the elevator. Maybe she was just a drunk woman and this was nothing more than an uncomfortable standoff with a sad and intoxicated woman. I mean, if she was really that drunk, the stairs probably weren't a good idea. We were on the 7th floor. Nevertheless, I just didn't feel like it was worth the risk to engage with this woman. I just wanted to enter my suite and dive into bed. It was late, and my feet still hurt.
Thank you. That's what you should have been doing.
We took a few steps forward. The woman stopped. Almost with laser precision, she stood up completely straight, looked right at our door, and then began to pound on our door, screaming bloody murder.
What?
I feel myself becoming swallowed with fear. I reached for my cell phone and began to dial 911.
What the heck?
The woman kept pounding on our door and screaming. To be honest, I'm surprised none of our neighbors came out to see what was happening. Part of me thinks they were too afraid themselves and were probably peering out of their peepholes. Afraid of what our neighbors would think, my husband said, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop that." And just like that, the strange woman stopped, fell to the ground, and began crawling quickly towards us. She looked up for a brief second. All I could see were her dark eyes. Her mouth seemed to be stained black, and
Bro, she got demons, bro. She got demons. She needs deliverance. She needs to drink no more. No more drinking time for her. How did she even get to this floor? Did she live on your floor? Like, where did she come from? Tight security at this apartment. Where did she come from?
she was growling again. But this time, it was as if there was something in her throat that she was choking on.
What the heck?
Frozen with fear, my husband and I just watched until she flashed us a menacing hiss. The kind you would hear in a movie, but never imagine in real life.
Wow.
Terrified, I whipped off my shoes and my husband and I ran towards the staircase on the other side of the building.
Wow.
We didn't want to risk waiting for the elevator and have her catching up. We went down 2 flights of stairs and stopped to listen if she was making her way down the stairs. But it was almost impossible to hear as my heart was pounding so hard. I thought to myself, what the hell was going on? We waited there for 10 minutes or so, until eventually we had the courage to head up the stairs and back to our suite. The woman was gone.
What?
So we entered our suite.
Where did she go?
I was just relieved to finally be safe in my home. My husband sent a text to our landlord, and he replied that we would hear from him in the morning. I was so unbelievably exhausted, but found it incredibly difficult to sleep. The sound of that woman's growling and cackling rang in my ears.
Oh,
I
man.
hardly slept. The next day, when my husband went to speak to the landlord, he asked him to check the security cameras, although nothing turned up. The landlord's
How can nothing turn up in the security cameras? You said this is a tight security apartment. There's cameras all over the place. There's a guy at the front desk most of the time. How the heck is there no how do you not find this woman? A camera on each floor? Bro, come on, bro.
said the cameras
Yo.
glitched due to the frigid temperatures last night.
Heck no.
To this day, I still don't know what to think. That woman most certainly had problems.
Yeah.
The question is, was she dangerous?
Oh, she was
We moved
definitely.
about a year later, but every New Year's Eve, I still think about that night.
Crazy. Crazy.
It was New Year's Eve of 2020, and all of us were ready for this horrible year to be over. My friend Logan was throwing a house party. I arrived early to help set things up. I secured a spot to sleep in his parents' room, meaning I could drive to the party and drink without having to worry about driving home. His parents obviously weren't home for the night. Most of our close friends in our friend group came, plus a bunch of Logan's friends who I didn't know. The party was fun. At midnight, everyone screamed Happy New Year and cheers their drinks. After that, people slowly started circulating out and the party started to quiet down, as people went to either other parties, bars, or home. The
Alright.
later the night got, the more it became just the closer friends staying behind until it just turned into a chill drinking session in the living room.
Cool.
This went on late into the night. It was likely 3 a.m. when the last of everyone who wasn't sleeping at Logan's house was gone. As it quieted down, we started hearing this occasional sound. At first we didn't know what it was, but it soon started to sound like a creaking sound. It was dismissed as a sound from the fridge or something at first, which I know sounds stupid.
Does that sound like a fridge to you? Creaking from a fridge sounds like that. Oh my goodness. Y'all had to be so drunk. Y'all had to be drinking like crazy to think that. That is stupid as heck. This is why I don't promote drinking. Cause if you were sober, you would think of that, you would hear that, and you'd be like, okay, what the heck is going on? There's someone in this house. I thought my parents left. Clearly, someone's in this house, other than my friends being here. What the heck is going on? It sounds like it's from upstairs. Okay, guys, every single one of you, you coming up with me. Every single one of y'all are coming up with me. Bring a weapon, you bring the knife, you get this, I got my Glock, let's go.
But house appliances often make weird noises. It was just Logan, me, and Cody. Cody was falling asleep on the couch already.
Only two of y'all?
It was reaching that time where we were just gonna go to sleep. However, eventually we got so bothered by the noise that we had to search. We went to the kitchen, and it wasn't coming from in there.
Bro.
We realized when we were close to the basement door that it was coming from downstairs.
What?
Logan opened the door, and we heard this creaking sound.
You got me all the way messed up, bro. If you are gonna go down to the basement. Nope. This is where people die. This is where there's no such thing as the last survivor. You just have to pray to God at that point. You just pray to God you have the full armor so you can defeat whatever is down there, bro. Cause, hey, I promise you, it's GG's.
You're a victim.
Go check what it is, I said.
Nah.
He kept saying, no way. Then he called down into the basement, yo, who's down there? The creaking stopped, and we never heard it again.
Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no, boy.
After a solid minute of waiting at the top of the stairs, we agreed to go down together. We both grabbed knives, drunkenly thinking that was a good idea. But in reality, we were so drunk we'd probably only hurt ourselves with them.
This is why I say don't get drunk, please. If you want to drink, fine. Just don't get drunk, bro. It's not even fun anymore. Y'all really think getting drunk is fun? But when you're in a situation like this, you wish you weren't, huh? It's better to be sober-minded, you feel me? As it says, be sober-minded.
We got to the bottom of the stairs and looked through the entire basement. It's not huge. It just has a couch, TV, a bar, a table in the corner, and various old pieces of junk. It was pretty messy at the time. The first thing we did was search any possible crevice for someone who could be hiding.
Yeah.
Then we tried to figure out what could have been making that sound. I noticed a rocking chair, and so I went up to it, sat in it, and then started rocking in it. And it made the exact same creaking sound we had been hearing. Logan and I looked at each other. I stood up, and so did every hair on my body.
Nah!
I don't think we ever ran fast.
That's crazy. No. Whoa. Nah. Oh man, I'm freaking out. I am No, there's no way. There's no way. Oh, you got demons in your house? You got demons in your house? Bro, this is where you need to get the Bible. You know me? You need to get the Bible. You need to get your brothers and sisters in Christ. You need to cast out any demon that's in your house. 'Cause that's crazy.
Than we did when we ran up those stairs and slammed
Your house needs deliverance.
the door shut. We tried to come up with any logical explanation, but there was none. He kept the basement door locked for days until his parents came back.
Oh man.
There was no living soul down there, but something was moving that rocking chair. That rocking chair used to belong to his grandma, who passed away forever ago.
Bro, it's always the grandma's rocking chair, so her spirit is still in the chair, moving back and forth like she used to when she was among the living. Bro, come on, man. You need to cast out this demon, bro, because that ain't your grandma no more. You know what I'm saying? That ain't your grandma no more. She dead.
And it's just something his mom held onto for sentimental reasons. I can't say I've ever experienced anything resembling the paranormal before this,
Bro.
nor since then. It still sends chills down my spine.
Bro, that pair, for sentimental reasons, you don't need to do that no more. Screw sentimental reasons for having that grandma chair. Remove that chair from your house. Throw it in the trash. Break it apart. And then get a priest to pray over it. Get a pastor. Get a brother in Christ or someone to pray over this house. Because that is clucked. Sentimental reasons, bro. If you do not remove this chair from your house, get the heck out of here. Yeah, that'll be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy. God bless y'all. Happy New Year 2024. It's gonna be filled with a lot of drama, like in the world in general. A lot of war, a lot of violence. So the only thing I would say, people say, my New Year resolution is this. I don't really have a New Year resolution. It's more like, what does God want me to do for the new year? What plans does God have for my life for the new year? What does he want me to see? What does he want to teach me? What does he want to show me? What challenges am I going to face for the next year? How am I going to overcome these challenges, basically? I wouldn't say a New Year resolution, say it's more of just, what does God want from me for the new year? I feel like that's the outlook that we should all have. I don't think I'm going to be streaming anytime soon, but what I will be doing is that I will still be posting on YouTube. I also have a Discord. It's not my Discord. It's a brother Discord. It's one of my friends' Discords. He be setting it up and everything. It's a Truth Cartel Discord. You know what I'm saying? This Discord is for, you can have whatever belief you have, honestly. Christian Discord. If you're not really a believer, you're an atheist or whatever you are, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We still pray for y'all. We still do Bible studies. We still do debates. We still just talk about life in general. So, words of encouragement, of course, from brother David as well. If you guys want to join the Discord, link will be in the description down below. I'll leave a link also in the pinned comment down below to join the Discord. They also have a Patreon as well, and it's only like $5. For me, it's $7 because the currency, but $5 for anybody that lives in America. Happy New Year's. God bless y'all. See y'all next year. Take care. Peace.
You win. Perfect.